Level 1. Airport Screener. You're 23 years old. A year ago, you were sitting in a university classroom studying psychology. Now you work at an international airport. Not the terminal, the part passengers never see. A guard scans your badge. Beep. The security door unlocks. You step into a restricted hallway. A sign reads "Secondary Screening." Cameras follow you down the corridor. At the end is a small interview room. Metal table. 2 chairs. 1 camera in the corner. You sit down. A guard brings in the first traveler. A nervous tourist holding a backpack. You ask a few questions. He talks too fast. Passport check. Nothing unusual. He leaves. Next traveler. A businessman in an expensive suit. He's annoyed. He answers every question with 1 word. Still clean. He walks out. Then the third passenger enters. Young, no luggage, 1-way ticket. You slide his phone across the table. Unlock it. He hesitates, just for a moment. You notice. The phone unlocks. You scroll through the messages. Almost everything is deleted. But 1 message remains. Call me when you land. No name, just a number. You quietly mark his file. A small red flag. The guards take him away. You won't see him again. But somewhere deeper in the airport, the real interrogators just received your report. Level 2, Embassy Interview Officer. You're 26 now. 3 years flagging the right people. Langley noticed. They move you somewhere new. The U.S. Embassy. Your badge says Cultural Affairs Officer. Your real job is different. You sit in a quiet office overlooking the city. Diplomats walk through the halls. Security cameras watch everything. A local businessman arrives for a visa interview. He smiles. You smile back. 2 cups of coffee. A friendly conversation. You ask about his work, his family, his travels. Then you ask 1 small question. Do you know this man? You slide a photo across the table. He freezes. Just for a moment. Then the smile returns. He says he's never seen him before. You nod. The interview ends. He leaves the embassy, but you already wrote the report. Because you're not looking for answers. You're looking for reactions. And sometimes, a single pause tells you everything. Level 3. Battlefield Interrogator. You're 29 now. 6 years inside the system. You're no longer in offices. You're in a war zone. Dust blows across a remote military base. Helicopters land every hour. Soldiers drag prisoners out of armored trucks, hands zip-tied, eyes covered. A guard pushes one into the interrogation room. This room is different. Concrete walls, single light, metal chair bolted to the floor. You sit across from him. A translator sits beside you. You place a satellite photo on the table, a small compound in the desert. Who runs this place? The prisoner stays silent. Outside, another helicopter lands. More prisoners arrive. You lean forward, because here, you don't have weeks, you have 20 minutes. Convoys are leaving the base tonight. If this man knows something, soldiers' lives depend on it. The prisoner looks at the photo again, then finally speaks. 1 name. You write it down. Outside the room, officers are already moving, because information on the battlefield moves faster than bullets. Level 4. Forward Operating Base Interrogator. You're 32 now. 9 years in intelligence. The base is smaller now. A forward operating base in the middle of nowhere. Sandbags, watchtowers, constant helicopter noise. A convoy arrives at the gate. Soldiers jump out of armored vehicles. 1 prisoner is pulled from the back, hands tied, face covered with a black hood. They drag him into a temporary interrogation tent. Canvas walls, metal folding table. 2 soldiers standing guard. You sit across from him. The hood comes off. Sweat, dust, fear. You place a map on the table.
Several red circles drawn across the region. IED attacks, supply convoys destroyed, soldiers killed. You point to one road. Who planted the bomb here? The prisoner stares at the map. Outside the tent, another explosion echoes in the distance. The base goes on alert. Sirens start wailing. You lean closer, because on a forward base, the war isn't somewhere else. It's happening right outside the door. The prisoner finally speaks. Just a location, just one village, but that's enough. A helicopter is already starting its engine.
Level 5. Black Site Interrogator. You're 36 now. 13 years in the interrogation program. They fly you somewhere new. No airport signs, no country flags, just a runway in the dark. A black SUV waits at the end of the tarmac. You sit in the back seat. No one speaks during the drive. The vehicle stops at a concrete facility. High fences, floodlights, armed guards at every gate. Inside, there are no windows, just long corridors of steel doors, each door with a number. You stop at one of them. A guard unlocks it. Inside sits the prisoner, hands cuffed to a metal ring in the floor. A single light above his head. This isn't a battlefield prisoner. This man has been hunted for years. You place a thick folder on the table. Photos, bank transfers, phone records, a map of his entire network. He studies the documents, then looks up at you. He smiles, because he knows something important. No one here is in a hurry. Black sites don't run on deadlines. They run on patience. And patience breaks people. Level 6. Lead Interrogator. You're 40 now, 17 years in the program. You're not working alone anymore. Now you run the interrogation room. A team waits outside the glass. Analysts, psychologists, translators, they watch everything on live monitors. Every word is recorded. Every reaction is studied. You walk into the room. The prisoner is already sitting there, hands cuffed to the table. You don't ask questions yet. First, you observe. A psychologist whispers in your earpiece, heart rate increasing. You place a folder on the table. Inside are photos from his past, his home, his brother, his old commander. You slide one picture closer. Let's start here. Behind the glass, the analysts begin taking notes, because now interrogation isn't just questions, it's a strategy, and you're the one designing it. Level 7. High Valley Detainee Interrogator. You're 45 now, 22 years in intelligence. You don't see many prisoners anymore, only the important ones, the ones captured after years of surveillance, the ones entire task forces were built to find. Tonight, a military plane lands at a secure airfield. Black SUVs surround the runway. Armed agents escort one prisoner down the ramp. Hands chained, face hidden under a hood. You're already waiting inside the facility. A steel door opens. The prisoner is brought into the room. This one is different. No shouting, no threats. Just a quiet room. 2 chairs, a table. You sit down across from him. The hood comes off. For the first time, you see his face. This man ran operations across 3 countries. Dozens of attacks traced back to him. You place a map on the table, red markers across the region. Every one of them connected to his network. He studies the map, then looks up at you and smiles. Because men like this know something. Information is power. And right now, he still has it. Level 8. Interrogation Program Director. You're 52 now, nearly 3 decades in intelligence. You're not in interrogation rooms anymore. You're in Langley, CIA headquarters. Glass walls, long corridors, security checkpoints everywhere. You enter a secure briefing room. A massive world map covers the wall. Red markers across multiple countries. Detention facilities, interrogation centers, active operations. Analysts sit around a table. Field reports scroll across the screen. Captured courier in North Africa. Financier arrested in Eastern Europe. New high-value target identified in the Middle East. Everyone in the room looks at you, because now you decide what happens next. Who gets questioned? Where they go? Which team handles the interrogation? You point to one location on the map, a remote facility overseas. Send them there. Across the ocean, a plane is already being prepared, because at this level, you're not asking the questions anymore. You're deciding who gets asked. Level 9. The Ghost. You're 60 now, 37 years inside the system. Officially, you retired 2 years ago. Your name isn't on any active roster. No office, no badge, no records. But sometimes the phone still rings. It's always late at night. A private number. No caller ID. A single sentence. We need you. Hours later, you're on a plane. No commercial airport, just a quiet military runway. No markings on the aircraft, no flight plan, no destination on the ticket. You land somewhere before sunrise. A black vehicle waits beside the runway. No one speaks during the drive. Eventually, the car stops at a familiar place. Concrete walls, floodlights, steel doors. Inside sits a single prisoner, the kind governments spend years trying to capture, the kind people don't talk about on the news. You enter the room alone. The prisoner studies your face. Then he asks one question. Who are you? You pull out a chair, sit down, and give the only honest answer you can. Someone who doesn't officially exist.